All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fourever Rivals. How are we, guys?
Fantastic,
good evening,
boys. How are we all?
Really good. How you? How you all going? All right.
Good, man.
Living the
Good.
dream,
We're
Manni.
all winners. Oh, wait a sec. No, we're not. There's a big loser in the corner there, but we'll get to you very shortly, my friend. We'll get to you very shortly, my friend. Lou, straight away. Good evening, boys. How are ya, Lou? And what about this? Just one word. Lads. That's us. How we going? How we going? Good to see everyone joining.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday to Mark. We all went down. We had a great time at Mark's place. Mate, what a 60th birthday that was. Oh, 50, that's right. Nah, 50, mate. What a great night it was.
Getting old, John. Getting old.
Yeah, we're all getting old. Let's say to Gokin, he is, of course, the owner of, I was going to say Snuggets, but of Snits Northlands. How are you, mate? And just remember, proud sponsor of the whole Jumper Punch channel. And if you all go down, you can all go and get yourself some Snuggets, mate. I'm telling you, this ain't no arseholes and lips and toes in your nuggets. Hey, this is real, genuine chicken breast. So everyone get down and enjoy the Snuggets. How's that sound? So how's everyone been? Been a good week?
It's been a fantastic week. I tell you what, I did try Schnuggets for the first time, and you're right, there was no booty hole in there whatsoever. It was beautiful, pure chicken. It was unbelievable. But apart from that, yes, the week has been good. Richmond barely won, but we won, so we'll take it. But it's it's been good.
And wait a sec, we've got another one here. It was a pleasure to serve Manni's better half today at Snits. Lovely lady, and up the blue bagger. So she was down there having the Snits also.
Yes, that's right. That's right. The guys there looked after her and the boy. Had a great meal, and yeah, thanks to Gokin. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Definitely. Everyone go down there. Yeah, go for it, Mark.
I wanted to subscribe and
mate, what are you doing, mate? Don't make me start. If you're not subscribed by next week, I'm telling you, mate.
The Bombers are going to keep on winning, and I want at least 500 views per week.
All right, that's the thing. We want the 500 views, and he will become a top member. I love it. I love it. Good to see. What do we got here? Enzo, good to see Manni showing his true colours and wearing the blue and white. He knows where it's at. It's a slow.
Hey, listen.
Showing his colours, mate.
My wife's a Carlton supporter. I do have a soft spot for Carlton. Matula called it out a few weeks ago when she said Manni's gone soft on the Carltons. So, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I think what's really exciting, Rocco and Quinn and Mark, is this wild card.
All right, we'll be getting into that in a second. First of all, Michelle, I think that's a first-time messenger by Michelle. Evening, everyone. I can see 3 arseholes now. I guarantee that's not me, so it has to be you 3.
Michelle,
right now.
Be careful.
Be careful. It'll be like Donkey Kong next week, Manni. Yes, and we will be talking about that too. So everyone, make sure, just one quick thing, subscribe, like, share, become a member. So everyone, push the like button, push the subscribe button. And if you also want, you can become a member. But like, subscribe, that definitely helps and it definitely supports the team. All right, we have got some big. Manni's got straight onto it, so let's get into this.
I'm going to go and buy a cowboy hat. I'm going to buy a cowboy hat every time that song comes on. It's like I'm just, on a horse, just galloping down the fields, man. It's just.
The three amigos.
I love it. He gets everyone pumped. And look, and she's just confirmed that not you, Rocco. I knew that. It's you three that are the assholes.
Is that a friend of yours, Rocco?
No, it isn't. As I said, that's the first time, Michelle. No, it's the first time, Michelle. So thank you, Michelle, for joining us. And everyone writing comments. We love them. And it also helps us with the conversation. So let's start with, what have I got here? All right, let's start. Let's start with this. I wanted to start off with this. Let's go. We just talked about the wild card. That's been the big talk in the last few days. I just want to show you what it would look like if they decide to do this wild card. So this is mainly for Manni, because I know Manni doesn't keep up with anything. So Manni, this is what they want to do. In the first week of the finals, 7th will play 10th, which would be the Doggies and Carlton if the ladder was as it is now. And then 8th will play 9th. And the winner of them, those two matches, will go in next week into 7th and 8th. And then the Cats will play the lowest rank wild card, and the St Kilda will play the highest rank. And then the other finals will be exactly the same. And then we continue. So what that means is 2 extra teams get a chance to play in finals. All right. What do we think their brain thrust here? Look at you. I can see the brains popping out of your heads there.
Well,
I don't agree.
Oh, you go, Manni. You go. You seem determined.
Well, it's, to me, it's just pure bullshit. It's you got 22, 23, whatever, 24 rounds of footy. If you ain't good enough in those 24 rounds of footy to make it in the top 8, you're not good enough. Okay. This wild card it's basically let's extra game, let's make money. All right, you want to make money, fair enough. Say it's about money. But why should you give these teams? So last year, for example, Carlton just missed out, right? Because they got thumped by Collingwood in the last minute. And you guys are shit, by the way. And all of a sudden, why should you be given that opportunity? You missed out. That's the way it goes. I just, to me, it's that wild card game, right? For say someone like Collingwood this year, all right, would be thinking, you know what? I'm not going to play a wild card game and sit there and injure my players. I want to get the team ready for the serious end of the business. You know what I mean? So I don't know at the moment. Maybe because I don't know too much about it, but I'm for me it's a big no.
Yeah, I reckon just abolish it completely. There's no reason for it. If anything, obviously Tassie's coming back into the comp, so the more kind of teams that are in the competition, you've got to be like top 8 now, maybe top 9 or something like that. But yeah, get rid of it. Going to be quick, smart, short. Get rid of it. If Tassie comes in, maybe a top 9, and then we're going to assess it from there, and maybe whoever finishes on top gets a rest for the first week of the finals. But obviously there's going to be more teams involved in the later stages of of the club, and just let it go. Just let it go. Abolish it. Get rid of it. There's no need for it.
Well, it's not going to be abolished because it hasn't happened yet. I know we're just saying.
Well, abolish it. Just get rid of it completely.
The idea, abolish the idea. I think the wildcard will definitely happen, adds more excitement and drama, increases revenue for the AFL, which is a no-brainer. And I think what Gokin is saying is absolutely correct as far as the AFL think about it. That's what they're thinking about, So what about you, Quinny? I know your thoughts because I listened to your weekender. Everyone should get onto the weekender too, mate. Make sure you get onto Pressure Point the weekender to get all your latest news, man. So make sure you get onto that. So I listened to you, and I know that you think differently, don't you?
I do, yeah. And I was talking about it today, actually, Rocco, which we didn't mention on the podcast. But this September, early September, there's an anniversary coming up, Rock, and it's very fond to you and the rest of the Carlton supporters. And it's it'll be 10 years on since 2013 elimination final. I was having to think about it. In an ideal world, it's the wild card this year. Blues make the 8, Richmond don't, but we are in the wild card match against the Blues. We beat you guys, knock you out, and it's redemption 10 years later. That would be the perfect situation. But no, I was I don't mind the wild card. I think the NBA does it really well with their play-in system, and I know it's a big change. And whether the game is ready for it or not, I'm not sure. But I don't mind the idea of it. My only issue with it is when you've got a team that's finished 7th, playing 10th, for example, 7th might have won 3 more games for the year, and then gets knocked out in this wild card round, and all of a sudden the team that won 3 more games isn't where they belong. I personally wouldn't mind seeing perhaps 9th, 1st, 10th playoff for a final spot in the top 8. That way you're not knocking out someone that earned their right to be there originally. But I know a lot of people are big on the wild card, the way it's been raised. So there's different ways we could go for sure.
Yep, and we get Vince. He says that what if 7 and 8 is 2 or 3 games clear of 9th and 10th? It's not fair. So yeah, I tend to agree with you guys. I don't like the idea either, because I even think, like, really, if you're doing that, then it's 10 out of 18 sides. I mean, more sides have got a chance to make the finals. What's going to happen next? Are we going to go to, like, why don't we just make it everyone makes the finals, right? Right? We just play the whole year for no reason, and then we get to finals, right? And then we all just play each other. Like, finals should be rewarded to the most successful, the most successful sides for the year, and that's it. You know what I mean? So what happens with all that work 7th and 8th have done? You know what I mean? What do 9th and 10th do? Like, do they just do that last gasp effort to just make it, save all their players? They only have to win, maybe 8 games, put all your good players in right at the end, and then beat a side that's trying to keep 8th spot or 7th spot, and their injuries. And then what happens? Like, I just think, like, it's too many, man. Like, finals should be reward for the top teams, and that's it. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. So I think for once in our lives, we all kind of agree, except Quinn reckons it might be a good idea, and I think that it will happen. I think that it will happen because the AFL will want more games.
Yep.
I'm not surprised Manni doesn't want to introduce it, but I'm honestly surprised from a Carlton and Essendon supporter that probably don't remember what finals is like. They're an opportunity to jump into the finals. I'm surprised you guys weren't on board.
So it's good that very good. Quinn, he's up and about. Quinn, he's gone about. He's giving it all. He's giving it all. I love it. I love it. I love it. You bloody banana. Now listen, right? I'm going to say something. Even though, yes, we are struggling, I'm the type, I don't cheat. I like to win on my own merits, man. And if I don't want it. It's just not worth it anymore. And I believe, even though we haven't made finals, and you might say last year would have given us a good opportunity to make finals, yeah? Well, we didn't deserve it. We didn't make it after the 22 rounds, you know what I mean? And this year's the same. If we finish 9th or 10th, we don't deserve another chance. Like, how many more chances? What about if we miss out on the 9th and 10th? We miss out. Why do we make it a 3-week knockout round? You know, like, how far do we go with this? You know what I mean?
Well, there could be another drug saga. There could be another drug saga, and all of a sudden...
It could be another drug saga where...
That all of a sudden, Bulldogs don't make the 8 because they're taking enhancing drugs, and can't jump in, or Richmond jump in.
Well, you've been yesterday will know all about it.
It's all theory. It's all like, this can happen, that can happen.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So
and being Essendon, man, you know all about that.
Oh,
well, the improvement that Essendon's had this year.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's all right. We're still in the 8. That's the main thing.
Well, but you're not answering the question, Mark.
What's that?
The question that Quinn put forward.
What was that? Sorry, Quinn?
You guys were doing really well, and now all of a sudden you've taken the foot off the pedal. Maybe someone sitting around and said, hey, listen, we're giving too much attention. Let's get off the gear. Let's slow things down. So,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get into that. I don't know how we got onto bloody Essendon being drug cheats. We all know that. We don't have to reinforce that thing every week.
Partner cheats as well. Salary cap. 19.
Yeah, well, if you want to really speak about that, Essendon also were caught cheating with the salary cap. So was Melbourne.
Not a segment.
And they all got fined. The only difference was that Carlton actually got fined more because they didn't admit to it when they were supposed to. So everyone was cheating at the time. So really, shut up, man. Yes, you were. Every single team was paying under the table. So that's got nothing to do with it. But anyway, with this thing, I think it's going to happen, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're going to achieve about it. That's all. It allows 7th and 8th to get a home final technically. Yeah, he's right.
As he said, it allows 7th and 8th to get a home final technically. Yeah, if 7th loses to 10th, they deserve to miss out. Maybe, but I think, I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Yeah, I don't know, but I agree, like with Quinn and that. I think it will happen. Now, I saw one here. Here we go. Petra, the AFL draws are fast when every team doesn't play each other the same number of times. AFL loves a corrupt interference in a great game. All right. So it is another talking point, right? The actual fixture isn't fair, and it never will be fair. Never. Because there's just too many teams, right? So now they also discussed another thing today, right? They discussed about you play each team once. Now, Manni, listen, because I know you don't keep up with any of this. I mean, it's hard enough for you to even know where the MCG is. But what they want to do is they want to play each team once, and then they redo the fixture, and the top 6 play each other, the middle 6 play each other, and the bottom 6 play each other. And that decides, the top 6 will decide where they finish. Middle 6 will decide who finishes in the top 8, and then the bottom 6 will finish. I don't know what the bottom 6 does. I don't know if that's for drafts or whatever they're going to do. So what's everyone think about that kind of idea? No?
No, I don't. I feel like you said, Rock, it's never going to be a fair fixture no matter how you do it. And like you look at the AFLW, for example, their fixture just came out. Some teams don't even play each other throughout the whole season. So they've got it even worse than the men do at the moment. But you look at it, every team is obviously going to play each other once. And then I think if you're at least going to tee up teams to double up against each other, if you can try and make them as even as possible, then I think, like go for it. Like there's teams like, like I know both of us, Rock, have played West Coast twice this year. You know what I mean? Like we the way we went last year, we probably shouldn't be playing West Coast twice, but we have, and that's just the way it's worked out. But if we did it again next year, and just say you guys make the finals, for example, if you guys were to play West Coast twice next year, then again that would be unfair to teams like North who might only play them once. So if you can try and even it up as much as possible, I think that'd be a good thing. But in saying that, it's easier said than done. That's the problem.
Yep. So some of the other leagues, I reckon the Scottish League does that in soccer. Maybe. I'm not a big soccer fan, so I don't know. So look, again, there's never gonna be a fair draw because we can't play each other twice, too many teams, right? What they try to do is they try to even it up over a couple of years, but what does that do for that year? It might even up the year after. And like you said, now what happens is teams play bottom teams twice, when at the start of the year they might have been a good side last year, and then this year they can't win a game, and then you end up playing them twice. Is that fair? But again, if anyone can think of a fairer system, come up with it, because until there's just too many teams. There's just too many teams.
So how many? So there's 18 teams, right? So if they have to play each other, we'd have to talk about what? Starting the season at what, in February? and
Yeah,
and then
wouldn't
finish
happen.
this, and then
Why?
finishing it where? Maybe
Why?
in September, and then
If
having
you're
a
playing
finals
each
in
other
October.
twice, what was
What's
that for? If we play each other twice?
Yeah.
No, you can't play each other twice. There's too many games, man.
Yeah.
It'll never happen, Manny. You'll never
I
play.
don't understand. When you say
Unless
there's too many
they
games,
separate the divisions.
there are more teams in every other sport that I know,
Yeah,
and
but
they
it's not
play each other.
as taxing as a footy game. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? You reckon soccer's as taxing as a footy game? They're struggling to get through a 23 game year, let alone what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to do a 36 game year?
Well,
36 games.
I don't want to do anything. But this is what I'm saying. That, and thank you very much for that, because you've answered my question. They struggle through a 26 round season, or 24 or 25, whatever they want to do, right? And that's why I say leave it as it is. And now going to what you were saying just now, I don't agree, man. I just think it's luck of the draw.
Did you even hear about the idea that they want to do? What's bad with the idea they want to do? What's bad with it?
Well, I don't think there's any bad with it, because at the end of the day, you've got the every single team that starts the season starts even. Yeah? Every team starts even.
No, but I'm talking about the 17 then playing 6-6. What's wrong with that? Why don't you like that idea?
Well, it's just I don't like it. It's the end of the day. It's you. If you're good enough, to play football. You should be able to good enough to play.
I don't think you were listening to me when I was talking about the games, man.
Yeah, but you're saying
I explained to you a way to make it easier. You think about it. You play each other once, and then what you do is you play everyone in your group once. You still play your 23 games.
No.
Why?
No. Because if my team is doing well this year, I want to play everybody. Gives me an opportunity.
You are playing everyone, you fucking banana. It's exactly the same.
But I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I don't want to play the teams that are in the top 6. I also want to play the teams that are also at the bottom.
On the ladder. You should be playing your team. Like, is it fair then you play West Coast in the last 6 games twice or something? Like it.
Well, that's luck of the draw.
Anyway, what do you reckon, Quinn?
Sorry, Rock. What was that, Rock?
What do you think?
Yeah, look, like I said, I think I don't mind the concept of it, but like you said, Rock, you could potentially say, for example, you have someone play West Coast twice, and West Coast come out next year, and they're a top 4 side somehow, and then you can only judge by how they went the season before, and I get that, but it is luck of the draw in that sense. I don't mind the idea, but it's obviously going to be flawed because you just don't know how teams are going to shape up.
Thank you very much.
If you asked us this time last year, if you asked us this time last year where Essendon would be on the ladder, would they be situated towards finals? I reckon we all, well, apart from you, maybe Mark, but I reckon the rest of us would have said bottom 4. They've flown this year.
That's the way they fixtured it, right?
Exactly right.
That Essendon weren't going to be a great side, and then all of a sudden they're a great side. Well, not great. They're a good side this year. So a team could be disadvantaged because they're playing. All they're doing is average
side. They're an average side.
All they're doing is, you think about this, all they're doing is at round 17, they're now deciding who plays that second game. Because the only difference is, right, now they've decided who plays that second game at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The way they want to do it is they decide at the once everyone's played once. It's like deciding where they play in the last round.
No, I don't agree. Leave it as it is.
They've already got those games.
No, leave it as it is, man.
Leave it as it is. Manni here, because they've got those games fixtured, all right? So between 1 and 17 or 1 and 18, whatever, everyone plays each other once. And then the last few games, the AFL has already organised that fixture. So regardless who they're playing, bad luck. You move on. If it's West Coast, you play twice. If it's Collingwood, you play twice. And you let
it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
It broke, Manny. It is broke because every year people complain about not being fair. Until
Right.
you play everyone twice, it will never be fair. So you
Rocco,
can't
that's right.
say,
Rocco,
can't
let me tell you
say-
something. Every single sport you look at all over the world, you're always going to have clubs that will always dominate. In football, you've got
but
soccer, for
everyone
example.
plays each other twice, Manny. In soccer,
Yeah, regardless.
everyone will play each other 2 or 3 times evenly.
Yeah, but
We
regardless,
don't do
Rocco,
that.
yeah,
We don't
regardless,
do
The
that.
only time we're going to play each
We
other
don't
twice
do that.
is if
Instead
we
of like
separate,
showing your
if we
face,
separate the
Manny,
division.
listen to the argument, because what you've done, you're preconcept
you're trying
already
to
what
change
you
things.
want to say.
I don't agree. I don't agree to change things. Leave it as it is.
This is one of
Leave it
your.
as it is.
Yeah, I agree. That's what you're saying. What I agree with is you weren't listening to the argument. You don't.
Yeah,
I
I
bet you
was.
couldn't even.
I was
All
listening.
right, then repeat what I said. How does it work?
Well, you're talking about dividing, obviously 18 teams, divide them into 3 groups. You got
How?
the
When?
you got the top 6, you got the middle 6, and you got the bottom 6.
Yeah.
Come on,
and-
Rocco.
and-
You don't have to be an Einstein. I don't like it. I don't
And
like
why
it.
why isn't that fairer than what we're doing now?
Because at the end of the day, what do you define fair? You might have a bad preseason. I might have a good preseason. All of a sudden, I'm getting punished because your team is shit.
You're not getting
No,
punished
it's
because
like
they're
the draw.
deciding. You're
As
not getting
Mark
punished
said, it's like the draw.
You're not getting punished because they're deciding the games at round 17. You
No.
dickhead.
No,
It's
leave it as
actually
it is.
It's the
No.
fairest. I think it's
No.
the fairest. It's the fairest way at the moment to even it out.
But they got the
That's
salary
what
cap.
It's not
The
even.
salary cap is supposed to make it. It's supposed to make it even. You know, teams that play that finish last have that. They get the first picks. You know, they got all
The
that.
tank.
Don't change things.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
Manny
have to
doesn't know.
change things,
Manny doesn't know
Manny.
because Manny
You have to
believes in
evolve.
tradition.
If we were
Leave it as it
changing,
is.
you'd still be a monkey. Things have to evolve, mate. They have to get better.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, that's my opinion. Something shouldn't change.
And
Okay.
it's a shit opinion.
Well, Mark agrees with
I'm
me.
with you on that one, Manny. I'm with
That's
you on
right.
that one. I need that one.
And Quinn also wants to partially agree with me, but he's also wants to try and keep you happy.
No, I asked his opinion, and he said exactly what I said. He said that you will never make it fair, never.
You won't.
But
It's,
I'll leave
it's
it
just
as
not
it
going to happen. There's not enough games, and we've got too many teams. It'll never be as even as you want it to be. It's gonna be flawed. But if I saw the fixture come out for next year, it came out tomorrow, for example, and I saw that North Melbourne had to play Brisbane twice, and West Coast once, but then Collingwood got West Coast twice. I'd be like, well, how is that fair? Collingwood have dominated every club this season. They got bottom of the ladder twice next year. How would that work out? Yeah, you're right, Manny. And then you could come out and be shit next year, and West Coast could be good, and then it's not fair. But it's never going to be completely fair. This is I think the closest you can get to it without actually getting there.
Because you're actually then working out the fixture on the run. So that's why I'm saying it's one of the fairest ways. It'll never be 100% fair. It'll never be 100.
That's right.
It'll never be 100% fair. Manny looks worried about the Blues. That's what's happening. He's not thinking straight anymore. I'm going to show you, before we move on, we're going to show you one more thing that I found interesting. And here it is. Harley Reid was essentially told West Coast that he doesn't want to be drafted there. You know where I'm going, Quinn.
I know where you're going with this,
Cool.
and we saw it. We saw it only a couple of years ago, Mark, with your bloke there, Archie Perkins. I think he came out in the draft and said, "I don't want to go interstate." And I'm torn about how I feel about this, because I look at it two ways. I look at it one way and go, "How self-entitled are you that you're going to turn down an opportunity to get drafted by an AFL club?" Like, if that was me, I would go anywhere. I don't care. I would go to Afghanistan to play for an AFL club. I wouldn't care. But at the same time, he's also doing the club due diligence by saying, if you draft me, I'm gone in a year, like Jason Horne-Francis did. He stayed for a year at North and pissed off back home. So in one way, I feel like he's being self-entitled, but on the other hand, he's given the club the heads up to say, hey, if you draft me, I'm gone in a year and there's nothing you can do about it. So you're going to waste a first round draft pick. But in my opinion, I think West Coast was going to trade their first round pick anyway for a couple of later picks. So I don't think it was going to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Mate,
it's an
it's getting-
interesting thing. Go for it, Mark.
No, that's all right. I'm just curious about the way these days these contracts are just becoming irrelevant. Like, regardless of how long you sign for, you can just go to another club. I mean, what's the point? 6
Well,
years,
this is
5
okay.
years.
Can make another good point. If a player said, "Yeah, you
young
can
players.
draft me,"
What? So you got to get like who's going to be on the bottom ladder? West Coast or maybe North, and they'll get a first draft
yeah, but
pick.
that's the whole point, Mark.
Within 12
That's
months, they'll go somewhere else.
Well, it's 2 years. It's 2 years
2
because
years then,
you have to stay 2 years. But a player said, "Yeah, you can draft me, but in 2 years we'll request a trade to a Victorian side." Club has no choice in this day and age. Eagles now can look to trade in multiple assets. So what happens is exactly what my dilemma is, that if he says to West Coast, "Mate, I don't want to come there," right? They can still draft him, right? But then you're getting a player who's told you that he doesn't want to be there. My question is that you shouldn't fucking a first-year draftee shouldn't be deciding where he wants to go.
Correct.
Because now he's holding the club at ransom and he hasn't even kicked the ball in anger. So it's a real dilemma, this about
they got too much power. They got too much power now.
Power for a young kid, mate. Like, seriously, bro.
Fucking hell, mate. I would love to play for Essendon in the VFL reserves, mate. Or not in the reserves. What was it before? The under 19s, mate.
Wayne, do you want someone who doesn't want to be there? And that's the thing. You don't want someone who doesn't want to be there, but you've earned the right.
But you've lost.
Well, you haven't earned it. You kind of finished on the bottom of the ladder. You earned that right to get that first pick. And then a player who's like 17 goes, "Oh, I don't want to come there." Like, seriously, I reckon, I don't know what can be done, but there's something got to be done about it.
Ban him. Maybe for two, they say to him, "You know what, for the next 2 years, you can't join any club." Simple.
Maybe it'd be too hard to ban someone.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why is it too hard to ban someone? Why?
At the end of the day, it's a business. For having his, you can't, because it's not like he won't go.
He's
saying he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, okay. But you hear what Wayne said? Would you want to have someone there who doesn't want to be there?
No, you wouldn't. This is the issue. He's saying that he doesn't want to be there.
Good. You don't want to be there? Then what you do is you either say, "No, the team can pick you for the next 2 years as a punishment," or what you do is you take him on board and say, "Okay, you know what? We've taken on board what you've just said to us. You don't want to be here. That's fine. Keep him on the bench for 2 years."
You're not going to waste your number one pick and then put him on the bench. A team will never do that. I mean, all you're doing is you're punishing your own team. You wouldn't do that. That doesn't make sense. Look, and you can't draft the best kid. And that's the problem, man. Like, seriously. So what does he do then? So the problem is he goes, "I don't want to go to West Coast. I don't want to go to North. I don't want to go to Hawthorn.
Where's he from?
I don't want to go to 7 teams until he gets to the team he wants to." In other words,
where's he from? Do we know where he's from?
He's from Victoria. That's why he's saying he wants to stay in Victoria.
But whereabouts in Victoria? Who was he playing? What club was he playing? He was probably playing for some rich, arrogant school, right? And mummy and daddy have been spoon feeding him. Shit doesn't stink, and all of a sudden acts like a spoiled brat. That's it. You know what? You don't want to be the first draft pick. Kick him out. That's it. You don't have
playing for Carlton at the moment. That's where he is now. He's playing for Carlton at the moment.
Well, there you go. I'm not surprised.
VFL. Carlton VFL. Pardon? Is he? Yeah, he's in your VFL side. Yeah.
Mark, I rest my case.
He'll go to the Bombers anyway.
Toffee knows.
What are you talking about, Toffee knows, you bunch of scums, man? Do you know that the sewage used to run through fucking Collingwood? Used to start at Carlton. We used to make it run through the fucking Collingwood streets. Don't call us Toffee, you bunch of bananas. A potential way of combating it would be draft players have to sign a 5-year contract instead of 2. The contract clause is a number 1 trade during the period. No trade during the period. All right. So what he's saying, because at the moment you can do 2 years. You have to train them. You have to draft them for 2 years.
Yeah.
What he's saying is in that, so they've got no choice but to stay there. You know what I mean? So I was thinking that wouldn't be a bad idea. You have to.
Why would you want a player? Why would you want a player, a young player, playing for your side that doesn't want to be there for 2 years?
I think once they're there, Mark, once they're there, they'll always play. You know what I mean? Because they always want to play 40.
Yes,
they always want to play 40. He's just being a bit of a smart ass before he even starts.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, think about it. If this bloke goes to any club, right, whether he likes it or not, at the end of the day, he's going to have to play because he's going to have to prove that after 2 years, once his contract is gone, he has to prove that he's good enough. He's shown the qualities of being a number 1 draft pick.
Yeah? What about this, Quinny? Yeah. Quinny, can you read that?
Yeah. Clubs should be able to on trade drafted players live in the draft and pick them up. Yeah, I don't mind that. You know, you see that happen in the NBA. Not to keep comparing sports, but I don't mind that at all. Where you pick up a player and say, "All right, we've got him, but we're going to trade him to Hawthorn. You have Harley Reid, and we want your 2 blokes, or however that works."
100%.
It's essentially the same as taking picks. It's the same as trading picks, really, but you're getting players instead of a number. You're getting an actual name attached to it. So I don't mind it. And I was going to say, and Manny, to answer your question, I looked it up. He went to Echuca St. Joseph College. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Country boy.
He's a country boy. He's got nothing to do with toffee. So you're full of shit. But anyway, I think that's probably the best idea I've heard. You can drop, because what happens then, the bottom side, like West Coast, actually gets rewarded for its losing its number 1 draftee, you know, so they can trade that, and if someone wants it, they have to give up something for it. You know what I mean? So that's a fair thing. I reckon that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, this has been a heavy discussion here. I like this. This week, there's been so much to talk about. Reed said he doesn't want to play. What's this one here? Oh, here we go. He's here. How are you, Rocco? Hope you're doing okay, mate. No regrets. He's here. All right, we'll talk to you in a sec. What about the lottery system? Yeah, lottery system's a little bit, I don't know about that one either, you know, because then you're not rewarding I don't know about that. I know the NBL does it, or NBA does it.
I'm not sure. Not too sure. Yeah. I do know. But the thing with the draft as well, it's almost a bit like we we're talking about with the fixtures before. Like you just don't, like, obviously on face value as kids, these guys, you know where they're setting up to be and how good they're going to be. But I mean, Manny, you know how good he is. But you look at someone like Braden Maynard. I remember when he went like pick 30 something, like late 30s. Braden Maynard went. If you redid that draft, he's in your top 5, top 10. So the lottery in that sense could be a good thing because you could get an absolute gem at whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think what you're saying,
number 73.
Well, that's there you go. There you go, Mark. But then in saying that, you also want to try help these struggling clubs as much as you can, so that way you're not struggling for too long. And you look at West Coast and North, who are really battling at the moment. If they miss out on opportunities to get top 10 players and rebuild their club, then then again it's not fair in that sense.
Those clubs will get back up there again, mate. It's all part of it. Every year you're going to get a couple of teams that are going to be at the bottom of the ladder. It's all part of what we do, mate. So
the AFL does that.
They'll be right, mate. West Coast, all of a sudden, they'll be smashing it.
I think West Coast will be all right. I think
where's that draft player? Oh, where's that player?
Hey, Mark, just on that, there was a bloke who was a St Kilda supporter, and anyway, you know how St Kilda was going through. You know, they were the ones that between them and the Western Bulldogs, we always end up with the wooden spoon. So this bloke left the country, and it was showing St Kilda being, the winning the wooden spoon. Anyway, comes back from overseas 10 years later, turns on the TV and sees the same result, and he says nothing's changed. So sometimes, things don't change.
Yeah,
It's
it all comes. It's all part of. It's all part of what we
it is what it is.
support and all that kind of stuff, mate. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, look, Richmond and all that, and Carlton, Collingwood, and Essendon, we're all up and down. At the end of the day, just we just got to keep on supporting and.
I think
hopefully
some
get
of the
those
lonely
players.
sides like North and that are going to struggle a little bit.
Well,
What
North
I mean?
were
That's
pretty good in the
rough.
70s, late 70s, late 80s. Even the
90s,
90s, mate.
they were good.
Wayne
I want
let's
to
just
find a
finish-
couple flags.
Let's
They've
just
all
finish
been
off
there,
with
mate.
this one and we'll move to the games. Jimmy, what's the difference between a cactus and the Lexus Center? The cactus, the pricks are on the outside. Yeah, that's very true. All right. Let's go get into it. Oh, no, that's not it. We got this one over. Where is it? Have I got the ladder? I haven't got the ladder up here. All right, guys, the ladder. I have not put up the ladder. All right,
I've
give
got
me
it
a
in front
sec.
of
That's
me.
all right. We're sitting, mate.
all right. All
All
right.
right, so Collingwood's
Okay.
anyway on top. I think
Yeah.
Essendon's in 8th spot, Carlton's in 10th, and Richmond's in 11th. I think that's
Spot
the
on.
ladder form. All
Shit
right.
house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's slowly, Essendon slowly dropping away as they were always going to. Collingwood's March premiers and the Blues are on their way, mate. So let's start with the first one.
Ooh,
And
bit
here
of
we
hope.
go. Collingwood was the first game this week, 18-5, 113 to 10-7, 67. Did you go, Manny? No.
Rocco, I didn't go.
Well,
You know
I
I
know,
didn't
but
go.
everyone else is asking, did you go? Not just me. I'm just one of bloody.
I didn't go. I will be going to the big game in 2 weeks' time, Carlton versus Collingwood.
No
I've already
way.
got my tickets. I even showed Rocco. I said, Rocco, I've got me tickets for the game, and he said, "Oh yeah, we'll see if we get there." So he's still
You're not sitting with Rocco.
not believe me, eh?
You're not going to be sitting with him. Why'd you get the
Look,
tickets together?
Listen, I don't want to sit next to him because I'm worried he's going
Why?
to say something that's going to offend me, and then I'm going to end up picking him up, with one hand and throwing him up. No, mate, Jackie. No, I, you know what they say? The further away, the more love. So the
Correct.
further away we are from each other, the more love is there.
Spot on, brother. Spot on.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, that's enough about your shit side. No one really cares to tell you the truth, man. The real
Good on
test
you,
will be.
Collingwood,
can I
mate.
tell you,
Good on you, Collingwood.
Carlton beat the Dockers a couple of weeks ago. They actually smashed them. Then the Dockers came to Melbourne to play against the Pies. You know what? I think the Dockers are struggling at the moment. They were a club that they potentially looked like they were going to be up there, competing with the big boys. But at the moment, they're real struggle.
Dockers are gone. Dockers are gone. They come back from last year. They seem like a good side. So
yeah,
they're having one of those down years. But anyway, let's move in because we've got to move on. We're bloody talking a lot of shit today. Who was next? Oh, this is the one. Here we go. The Blues, 18, 14, 122, 10, 12. Sorry about that, guys. 72 now. None of you's picked Carlton. Oh, wait. Quinn did.
I did.
You picked Carlton. Who picked
I
Carlton?
did Carlton.
I think we all picked Carlton.
I've got it here, man. No. You picked Port, mate.
I did.
Yeah. You and I picked Port, Mark.
No, you picked the draw, you fucking banana. But yeah, that was just an easy kill. That was an easy kill, man. Like seriously, I picked them. I thought they were going to win, but honestly, I didn't think we were going to do it that easy. We're looking like we are playing a different game plan now in the last 4 weeks. They're definitely like freed up a bit. They're moving forward a bit. They're sharing the ball. And I think a couple of ins that have come in for Carlton, which you might not know, but for us, have done a big difference to the Blues. And they're the younger kids, people like people like Cunningham, Boyd. Actually, Boyd got suspended. They should be bloody going back to court for that one. But Boyd,
Fogarty.
all these young kids are Chinkota, Kemp. These young kids have kind of like just freed up everyone, and they seem to be running the ball. So they seem to have a bit more of a flow of the game, running a lot harder. And when they do that, the Blues look good. And you can see we're the only the second team that's beaten 4 sides consecutively by 50 points. The other team that did that was Geelong in 8 and 11, I think, and they've made the final. So watch out, everyone. This week,
congratulations.
We're doing
congratulations.
I'm telling you, we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We are just doing the right things at the right time, and that's all we have to do.
Didn't I say something last week, Mark? And then Rocco decided to say to me, shut up, he said to me. I turned around and said, dare to dream.
No, but it's got nothing to dare to dream.
Hang on, Rocco.
Everyone that watches football.
Hang on. Let's call a spade a spade. You guys, the last 4 weeks, have shown stability. Your defense has been showing strength. You guys, as you said, you've now found players, and you're kicking the ball to players. You weren't kicking the ball and hoping for the best. Yeah, you guys have got some type of structure. And you know what? I can tell you right now that looking at a lot of the blue shows and a lot of the and you can see that there's a lot of happiness there at the moment. And there's nothing wrong to dare to dream. Why not? I mean, when you think about it,
it wasn't dare to dream. It's all about you got to see the results. So it's not about dare to dream. That's like a load of bullshit. That's
like you were saying just then, Rock, the results, mate. Because at the end of the day,
it's all about the results. And at the moment, they've done
fantastic that Carlton's they've won 4 in a row, but you're missing now. You're missing one of your big forwards in Mackay. So he's out for the rest of the year. So it'll be interesting to see how Carlton will go from here onwards.
Lucky we got the Coleman medalist there in I still believe the best forward.
Yeah, but I reckon some teams will shut him down. So you need to have your 2 power
not really,
forwards,
because the problem is that you've been saying that if we don't kick 8 goals between them, and in the last 4 weeks they haven't kicked 8 goals, so we've got a lot more goal kickers now.
Which is what I wanted to see from Carlton. Which with all due respect to Carlton. But at the end of the day, they won their 4 games.
Yes, Silvani did play
nothing to me. Because you've got some big games to come, and you lost one of your big key forwards. And
definitely. Difference. But as I said, man, what we've done in the last 4 weeks is man out, man in. That's all that matters. So with Mackay, it's definitely a loss. Don't get me wrong, But as Gokin said, mate, I'm telling you now, no one can shut down Charlie. No one can shut down Charlie, man. And he's proved it the last 2 years. And even
he's not a Jason Dunstall. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, he might not be a Jason Dunstall, but he's doing all right, mate, in the last 2 years, man. So he's going to be very hard to stop, mate. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. Trust me, man, I'm ready to go, man. But unlike your fucking Collingwood supporters there, we're just taking it 1 week at a time. No regrets is already counting his premiership. And to tell you the truth, no regrets, I'm loving that. Because I've always said what the fans feel is what the team feels. And if yous are going around thinking that it's all over, guess what, man? You got a surprise coming. All right, the next one. Let's get into this one. 18-41-22 to Essendon 7-2-44 in the first quarter. I'm not sorry. That was for the whole game.
All right. Okay. All right. It is what it is.
What happened, Mark?
Look,
it is what it is.
Quinn, at the end of the day, Mark, I didn't watch the game. I still haven't watched the game. And I think Geelong taught us a bit of a lesson, mate, about finals football. And that's okay. That's fine. I'm happy with that. It's pretty embarrassing, but we need to start stepping up, mate, because like I said, I haven't watched the game at all. And looking at the scores, I'm not acceptable. So I can't kind of give you a script about what happened and what didn't happen and who played well and who didn't play well. It was disastrous. So case closed.
No one played well.
Finish the game. That's right. Yeah.
You're out of the 8 next week, Mark.
Sorry?
Could be.
You're going to be out of the 8 next week.
The only downfall was that we lost by so much, and it affected our percentage because we lost 3 positions on the ladder by losing by 77 points with the Bulldogs and St Kilda. So, mate, you can't afford to lose fucking games like that, mate. You can't afford to lose them by so much. And I was disappointed, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. We need to get back this week. We've got 4 or 5 games at home, which I don't know what home ground is anymore because I've lost that plot. And we can only go forward from
You'll be
there.
overtaken by 2 teams, GWS and Carlton.
Or Carlton, Carlton. They've lost their forward, mate. Carlton's lost their forward now. So, but
Well,
yeah, so
Wait, mate.
We'll
take your spot this week. We'll take your spot this week.
When Harry got injured in, what was it, in the first or second quarter? When did he get injured?
Yeah.
First quarter.
Well, we got the game on Friday night against the Bulldogs, so
made no difference when Harry was there.
We're the first game off the rank. So Friday night will be like not an elimination final, but so we'll be there. If we beat the Bulldogs this week, guarantee you, don't worry about Carlton and Richmond. They'll be following and chasing the tail.
You'll be eating your words, Mark. You're going to be eating your words. Remember what you said?
We've still got West Coast.
The
we've
team
got North.
that finishes first after round one.
Now you've got your fucking shit teams
always finishes in the top 8.
That's okay, and it's not over yet because we're still got.
Well, you'll be eating your words.
Hey, listen, we've got to move on. We've got to move on. Use a shit.
I'm
telling you, use a shit. I'm telling you, you're going nowhere, man. You just showed what kind of no team should make you when you lose by that much. Hey, can I just say something? You copped a big. But Bissell, mate, it was a little bit of this. That was, I think, 77 points, mate. That was a big pump. And hey, listen, I used to take no regrets seriously until he puts up this comment. Charlie is overrated. Oh my God. Seriously, I can't handle it anymore. I've just worked out you're a fucking banana, mate. Seriously, you are a banana. Wait till he plays you in a couple of weeks' times. Far out, mate.
Hey, there's another game. There's another game coming on. The Hope game. We've got Hope.
Oh, let's have the
last game. What's the Hope game?
Here.
Hope.
Quinny, 8-12-60. Just gets over 14-40, 98.
38 points isn't just. Come on. It's not just.
Come on, man. It's got to
38 points is not just.
Okay, we're probably
got Hope.
It wasn't as much as I would have liked, but West Coast did have 11 premiership players running around out there on the weekends. They weren't doing too bad.
I like it.
They weren't doing too bad. No, look, obviously it wasn't a percentage boost we were hoping for, but it was honestly just goal kicking. Like, I watched the game. We dominated the game. It was just, again, couldn't hit the scoreboard like we wanted to. I mean, Shea Bolton kicks 2 goals 4, Dusty kicked 2-2, and a lot of other easy shots on goal that we missed. Couldn't kick a set shot to save ourselves early in the game. So we really could have been 50 points up at quarter time, but we just didn't kick straight. So that's probably what the biggest issue was. But I don't know. I thought we had some good performances. Dusty, just quietly, Dustin Martin, if you look at his stats and his averages for the season, is having an unbelievable season, but is flying under the radar because of who he is. Ivan Soldo comes into the side, has a great game. Tim Taranto, again, dominates. Jacob Hopper killed it. So you can only win who's in front of you. Win's a win. We'll take it. It wasn't the boost we were looking for, but, we need to keep winning if we want to have any chance of making finals.
Yeah, you got another bottom side coming through too. Hawthorn, I think, this week.
We got Hawthorn this week, and then we got we've got Melbourne. We've got Saints and Dogs both at Marvel, which we know Richmond don't win at Marvel. Then we've got North, I think, which is another bottom side, but then we finished with Port over in Adelaide. So we've got a bit of a mix.
Tough.
Yeah, we got a good mix.
Tough.
Mate, you're exactly like us at the moment now. So, Essendon are in the same boat. I don't think that you're only 2 points up, man, out in the 8. So, with us 3, it's in your own hands now. It's in our own hands, mate. You've got to keep winning, and that's it. It's full stop.
Manni sitting there Manni just sitting on the corner there laughing, mate. Going, hey, you guys are all fucking trying to do it. You're trying to battle out for the top 8.
I'm just glad to see that Carlton's getting all the attention. because we at the moment just like to fly under the radar.
I don't think so, man.
Under the
I
radar.
don't think
That's all we're
so.
doing.
I think people like no regrets, and I've been seeing it around. You're walking around thinking I'm telling you, man, you're getting ahead of yourself. And in actual fact, I hope that your team thinks the way you're thinking. I hope. I can't wait in 2 weeks' time, man. All this talk's been coming out about you blokes, man. It's a little bit of fucking worry.
Rocco, we got 60 points at the moment. What are you talking about?
They're flying.
What's that got to do with that?
That's all right.
What's that got to do with that?
Hey, calm down a bit, mate. Calm down.
Come on. What's the 60 points got to do with it when we hit final?
Well, 60
All
points.
I'm saying is,
They don't
you're
come because
going
of a bit of
around.
luck.
As soon as you're off 5%,
Stop it.
as soon as
Let's talk
you're
about
off
next week.
5%, you'll be done. You'll be done like a dinner. And I'm loving
Come on,
your
the Bombers.
fucking confidence. Yous are a bunch of duds.
Tips.
A bunch of duds. Let's go into this. What a bunch of. As Jimmy says, 60 points means nothing when you can't win finals. All right, let's go into the tips. Sorry about these guys. All right, let's do it.
All righty. First round,
Yeah.
Friday night. Mark, your Bombers take
Yes.
on the Bulldogs, and you talk about must-win games for both sides. This is huge.
This is a flick of the coin, mate.
Nah, Essendon by 25 points.
25. All right.
Everyone's gone quiet. 25
No,
points.
the doggies were heartbroken by Collingwood, and they were devastated not beating the Swans. And I can tell you right now, they're going to come out with full vengeance. They're going to tear the Bombers apart. They're going to rip them apart.
Go to
The
Bombers.
doggies for me.
I'm telling you, Luke Beveridge didn't break his hand at halftime for no reason. I reckon he'll make his players absolutely pay for that. And I don't know, obviously, being amongst that club at the moment, I got a little bit of a soft spot for him. So there's a flip of the coin for me, but I'm gonna go the doggies as well.
Oh, yeah, fucking.
Oh, Goken's gone a draw, and it's a bit like that. Look, this is going to be a tough game, but I'm going doggies too, unfortunately, mate. I just think that you lose that badly. I think you're on a downward spiral. You've lost your last two.
It's okay.
I'm worried that you're going to finish bottom four the way you're going, just quietly. I can't see.
Surprise me. No,
All right, next one, Quinn. Next one.
All righty, keep moving on. Geez, it's the Tigers. The Tigers take on the Hawks Saturday afternoon football. And I don't want to say percentage boost because that doesn't exist in Richmond's reality, but Tigers will win this one.
Tigers here too.
Yeah. I saw the game between Hawthorn and North Melbourne, and I can tell you that both teams look pretty average, but I think the Tigers are strong. Too strong at the moment.
Yeah. Quickly, this one's going to be a flip of the coin for me, but it's not going to be. It's going to be a tough game. But Hawthorn are coming up towards playing some good football. But I reckon Richmond. I reckon by a couple of goals. So Richmond for me.
Yeah, as Lou says, I believe Tigers too, but it is a bit of a danger game. Fucking Hawks, they pull out a game every once in a while. Yeah. All right, next one.
Yeah, well, I've been saying all season, Hawthorn are going to beat a team late that are going to try and push for finals and going to ruin their season. So hopefully it's not us, but we'll move on. We are, 3 teams in a row. Rock, the Blues take on the Eagles at Marvel Stadium.
Please go for West Coast, Mark. Please go for West Coast.
I want to go West Coast so bad.
I'd love to go to West Coast too. But no, Carlton will win by at least 2 points.
Yeah, Carlton.
You thought I was going to say like 60 or 80 points. I reckon I'll just win.
Carlton for me,
they'll just win.
Yeah, they'll just scrape over the line. Carlton for me.
Yeah, no, I think Carlton definitely will win this. They're on fire, mate. they're daring to dream and they're dreaming and they're on fire.
It doesn't matter about man. Would it dare to dream this day? You're the ones fucking daring to dream 2 fucking grand finals in 64 years. Shut up, dare to
Calm
dream.
yourself down,
You're
will you?
fucking
Calm down.
dreaming, you bunch of losers.
Come on.
You are seriously.
Let's
You
go,
and no
Quinn.
regrets. Go in the corner. Go in a tree.
Next
have a
game,
bit of a
please.
fucking kiss because that's
Next game,
the
please.
most excitement you'll get this year. All right.
Next game,
Next
please.
one.
Keep going. All right, we got Brisbane taking on the Cats Saturday afternoon. I believe it's at the Gabba, so I'm going to go Brisbane. Brisbane don't lose too
going for the
often.
coin for me.
Are you doing a toss of the coin? Go for it.
Flop of the coin. So, tails. Geelong.
Wow, this is going to be a good game, but I think
Why?
I think Brisbane is too good at home.
Yeah, I'm going Brisbane too, man. I mean, it's just the home. It's the home ground, man. That's all it is, man. It's the home ground. It's the home ground. So, because they show they can't fucking win over here, but at home they're just a different side.
All righty, well, we'll keep moving on.
Well, I've got Geelong. I've got Geelong.
Optus Stadium, Freo take on the Swans. Jeez, you want to go Freo because it's the home game, but they haven't really given us anything to look at the last few weeks. And Sydney have won a couple now, so it's tough. Who are we going with?
Freo.
I'm going to go Freo too, just quietly. I think they'll win.
Swans for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Freo as well. I don't know why. Swans should win, but I'm going to go Freo for some reason.
Yeah,
Couldn't tell you why.
Again, the home ground advantage. Yeah, I'm with Lou here. Freo to bounce back. I think so.
Well, they
Next
need
one.
to. They need to. We move on. Here we go. Manni Port take on the Collingwood Magpies, Adelaide Oval, Saturday night.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a tough game. And the way Port Adelaide have been playing the last couple of weeks, it's just showing us that that they actually are not a side that can't be beaten. Collingwood does well when they play interstate. We're probably one of the best teams that performs the best interstate. It's going to be a close game. I can't go against my team, so I reckon Collingwood by a couple of goals.
Yeah, tough game this one here. But if Collingwood do beat Port this weekend, I think Collingwood will get close to making the grand final. They're not going to win the grand final, but close. But I reckon Port will come back and beat you guys this week. It's going to be done. Port Adelaide for me.
Yeah, I'm going Port.
I hope more than anything that I'm wrong, but I'm tipping Collingwood.
Oh, okay. 50-50.
Wise man, Quinn.
I think Collingwood are done for the year, so there's no chance. All right,
we'll fly through these last three. We'll fly through these because our teams aren't involved. But we go to Sunday. Giants take on the Suns. ACT. Giants for me. Giants.
Who was that? Sorry. Who was that? Sorry.
Giants
take
and
on
the
Suns.
Oh, yeah.
Giants for me. Giants.
Well, this game is so important for the Giants because if the Giants win this game, I can tell you right now, and the Bombers lose from the Doggies, it's good night and rain for the Bombers.
Well, if they lose anyway, they'll be out anyway. They'll lose anyway. They'll be out anyway. But I'm hoping the Suns, but I'm going to go the Giants. I'm going to go the Giants.
All righty, we move on. The D's take on Adelaide at the MCG, and I think Adelaide are going to hit a little bit of a decline now, and Melbourne are going to prime themselves to the finals. So D's win this one for me.
Yeah, definitely Melbourne.
Demons for me. Just.
I'm the same, man. D's, yeah. 100%. The D's, yeah. Everyone looks like the D's.
No, it's Melbourne Football Club. They don't call themselves Demons anymore.
No, that's right. Yeah, like the Bombers.
That's true.
Yep.
All righty, last game of the round. St Kilda take on North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. The biggest 440 game of the week.
Oh, geez. Looking forward for that one. St Kilda. I I don't know why, but yeah, they're not playing some great football as
well,
well. But
I just think North. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't think North are going to win a game for the rest of the year. I mean, they don't even know. Like Clarkson's coming back, mate. It's a shambles. St Kilda's a shambles. North's a shambles. Oh, Blue Bag, I reckons. Roo's upset. Far out, man. That would be a fucking
surprise.
Any game that North wins is going to be an upset. Everyone going Saints?
No, I'm that far behind on the tipping. I got to try and get a few sneaky ones. So I'm going to go North.
I like it.
Sonia Quinny.
Go out. If I'm going out, I'm going out swinging.
That's it. I like it.
St Kilda for me.
All right, so we're done. All right, let's have a quick look at what is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's have a look at the ladder.
That's it. All right, let's have a quick look at the. Oh, look at this.
Starting to catch up.
Manni and Quinn on 92.
Rocco.
Manni only got 4 last week. You are a fucking shit banana like your side. But Rocco raises the bat for his ton. And Marky catches up now. He's only 2 behind. The drug cheats. He's coming up just like the Blues, mate. We're coming up behind. Behind.
I'll be watching your tips from now on.
Oh, you got to play it that way, are you? I'm not going to give you my tips until I hear your tips. How's that sound?
I'm going to wait till your tips are on.
I love it. All right, guys. This has been huge. What a night. What's this one say? Anya Quinny, they love you, mate. All right, guys. Everyone, catch up with all the shows that we do. We all put in a lot of effort. Even Quinn, man, he's got Tiger Den. He's got the Weekender with Pressure Point there. Mark and Manny, they do nothing, so don't worry about them too. Catch up with our shows, the Jumper Punch. Make sure you catch the interview, which is starting now. It is with Fraser Murphy, one of the true small men of the past, and a 1987 premiership player. So make sure everyone catches that. And with us, we'll catch you.
Good luck to your
next
teams,
week.
guys.
Let's
Let's go, the Blues.